Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ricecast. Today we've got an unstructured episode about representation of different cultures and languages from other countries in anime. Who wants to start us off?
It doesn't matter, just start somewhere.
We've done zero planning for this, by the way.
Yeah, we've done zero planning.
Because we were supposed to record an episode on LGBT representation, but Angus isn't here today.
Yep, big F.
And Angus is the legend in LGBT representation.
He is LGBT representation himself.
Is he?
Yes.
I don't know. He just reads a lot of yaoi. And Yuri.
Because he's pretty LGBT representative.
I think the first one that we should talk about is depiction of America, because that was the idea that kicked off this episode.
Okay, have you guys seen a really weird Steins Gate episode where they go to Los Angeles and it's like a commercial for a company, but like
Steins Gate.
actually says Los
Steins Gate.
Angeles?
Yeah, no.
I haven't seen that. I remember it happening, but I don't remember it being a commercial for a casino.
Not for a casino, it's some other brand.
What brand?
I don't remember, I'll have to check.
Is it just like product placement?
Yeah, lots of product placement.
Seriously?
And I think it was funded by a brand.
I don't remember it at all. Yeah. Oh yeah, the final episode of Steins Gate is an OVA where they go to America.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
And there's so much product placement. Like I mean the episode's like literal feature image on Wikipedia is like a picture of Dr. Pepper.
Well, I mean, Dr. Pepper is a part of Steins Gate, though.
Dr. Pepper is
Not just
Steins
the
Gate.
final episode.
Okay, because like it's a representation of America that seems like very standard. Like it's basically like there's nothing really American other than landmarks. Like they put a bunch of landmarks about Japan. They have one or two shorts about amazing cultural misunderstanding, and that's about it.
So they
It's-
represent American landmarks by showing Japanese landmarks.
No, they show American landmarks, but otherwise the setting is very much standard. Like that's the only.
Avik, do you have anything to say?
I have absolutely nothing to say. I don't even
That's
know
really
where
rare.
Avik, have you seen Steins Gate?
I have seen Steins Gate, but I don't know what you're talking about.
No, and actually, I kind of agree that, the setting is not particularly American, but I also don't really think, like, it doesn't really matter that it's not American.
I feel like American culture and anime is kind of stereotypical of what Japanese people think Americans are.
No shit, Sherlock.
I remember in
Sorry,
Death Note,
sorry.
in Death Note, there was this one part where, like, President sides with Kira, and then Light is like, yes, even America agrees with me. This means I control the whole world.
Yeah.
To be fair, every country thinks that.
No, not every country. If you do that in China and you put that in a Chinese animation, you'd be killed.
Oh my god. Subin, I'm not talking about the CCP.
But also,
Like,
if we're talking like politically, America does have a lot of power. So it's like, if you have America's approval, you basically have the approval to do whatever you
if
want.
you're like a
I
permanent
don't feel
member,
like that's correct
America's
at
the
all. If
only
you have the approval of the
superpower,
UN.
except for China, I think.
I don't know.
I don't
this is gonna
think
turn
you're
into
right.
like a Glopo discussion at this point.
Honestly, it's fine. Who
Avik,
cares?
I don't think you're
Great,
correct
thanks.
there.
I don't know
Let the
because
conversation flow naturally.
you can argue for the existence of a unipolar world, but you could also argue for the existence of a bipolar world. Like there's two ways to do this.
No,
That's fine.
a bipolar
yeah.
world's a horrible
I'm not saying
idea.
the
No, I
word
mean
is-
you could argue that it exists because like it may be a horrible idea,
Yeah.
but it definitely like America. I don't feel that America's a hegemony.
I think it is, but like, let's see.
I think they're
Zubin,
a
I mean, this
cultural
is a bit-
hegemony
not
for sure,
Zubin.
but they're not like I think China has a lot of power as well, and then we definitely have like other economic powers like India.
Was it Zubin or Avik
yeah,
who just
no,
said that
India,
only
I don't
America
think
and
we-
China
not
were the only
economic power.
superpowers? Who said that?
Me.
You're kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of skipped over Russia.
Hey, the UK's too busy fucking itself over right now.
Yeah, I know. But
And
like,
Russia isn't a superpower. The
We're all gonna
economy
get
decides
herd
to be
immunity to
Russia.
coronavirus.
There's one rule,
Russia,
okay? If you're a permanent member
Middle
on the
East.
Security Council, it means you're a superpower. End of story.
No, it does
Yes, it
not.
does.
To
By that logic,
An
Taiwan was a
extent.
superpower in the
Taiwan is
1970s.
not a permanent member.
It was a permanent member in the 1970s. Was it a superpower?
That was just
didn't
US
they?
being dumb.
No, China's never let Taiwan join the UN because China doesn't
Yeah.
recognize
Yeah, but-
Taiwan as an actual country.
Yeah, but
Neither
China,
does the
but China
WHO.
only
And
became
what
a
do you
UN
say,
member in
Zubin?
1970. I'm saying your argument that if you
What
were
are
in
any of us saying at this
you-
point?
That's true. We
Okay.
should cut this entire
Okay, fine.
thing
Let's get
out
back
'cause we're
on
getting
back
way
to
too
anime.
political.
Have any of you seen that really shitty My Hero Academia movie in America?
No.
Nah, it's just that the opening scene that takes place in America.
Oh yeah, yeah. Is that the Two Heroes one?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that.
I mean, the depiction of America was pretty bad. Like, it was meeting your mentor. But, like, the movie, I haven't seen most of it.
It's a really bad movie.
I just know it's bad.
All Might's Japanese, but he goes to like he learns how to be a hero in America.
I see.
Yeah.
And he starts off being a hero in America.
Isn't that how a lot of
Yeah.
immigrants work?
Shut up, Louis. Shut up.
They go to another country, they learn stuff.
Oh, Angus is here.
Oh.
Angus is
Angus is here. Thank God. Oh God.
Oh god, yeah.
Can we finish?
Wow. This was a completely
Thank-
pointless half hour
Thank the Lord.
of our time.
I'm so happy.
I'm gonna stop recording.
Oh, you're still feeling quite sick.
Why are we stopping? Why can't we stop recording?
Because I don't think he'll
'Cause I don't
join. He
know
He's
if
seems
he's
sick.
sick.
He
joining
doesn't
or
have
not.
to join, you know.
Yeah, he's feeling sick.
If he doesn't join, we have to continue with this episode.
That's a good thing.
Can we continue with the episode even if he join?
No.
Let's
Why?
continue.
It's great.
I actually have things to say.
I also have things to say about Singaporean propaganda in anime.
What?
Really? Where?
Yeah, I mean,
Which?
you can talk about.
Okay, have you guys seen The Place Further in the Universe?
Yeah.
What?
The Singapore
Oh,
episode?
Yeah, okay.
That was funded by the Singapore
It
Tourism
wasn't.
Department to
Oh.
It
promote.
literally
It
wasn't.
was.
Everyone thinks it was, but it wasn't.
It was.
Remember that scene from
It was-
JoJo
it's
where they go
fake
to Singapore?
news.
No, The Place Further in the
Zubin, you
Universe.
are fit to be an Indian politician, and I guarantee you're gonna become one.
Look it up, Zubin.
Why do you
It's
think it's
fake
propaganda?
news.
Because, like, it's not Singapore. It's basically all the cool parts of Singapore, but none of the crowds, none
Oh,
of
not
the
the
expensive
clouds.
Yes,
stuff.
because
Alright, Angus
when
isn't joining.
tourists
Because
Right.
Singapore is
Fuck
good,
you guys.
Zubin.
We
That's
can
the
keep
point of
talking about
Singapore.
This is fun, guys.
we'll keep talking about America for a bit because I think we still have more to say, and then we'll go to the Singapore bit, right?
All right.
What
Okay,
about
sure.
that sounds like a good
Other
idea.
world countries represented in JoJo.
We're gonna get to that eventually.
All right, Gabby, you want to talk about how banana fish represents?
I was
Um,
thinking maybe you'd want to talk about that.
Nah, I have other anime I want to talk. I think you have a much fresher mind about it.
Okay, I have fresher memory fair, but like, I'm gonna need some help. Okay, so I think that
Yeah.
one of the coolest things that it does is that it doesn't offer a glorified version of America that's usually depicted in anime, because it definitely gets kind of the darker side of cities, and big cities especially, like New York and San Francisco, where there are a lot of people who are addicted to drugs, who are in gangs, who are sold into prostitution, and that's like a serious problem, and often it's not really touched on even in American media.
Speaking of New York, what about the Hunter x Hunter York New? How about that?
my favorite real location.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously inspired
Yeah.
by New York, right? It's literally called York New.
Welcome you.
I mean, right? Huh?
What?
Guys, let's go to the New York auction house and get some video game copies.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you can buy some red eyes there too, but I'm not sure.
What are you even saying?
Alright, whatever. I just want to talk about Hunter x Hunter. But
Another thing Banana Fish does well with its depiction of America is that
is
like
banana fish like
New
real
York,
life?
New York.
Nothing's like real life. It's an animation.
No, but yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. I haven't
No, I don't know what you mean. It can mean anything.
realistic. Okay.
Use your
Realistic.
words wrong.
Yeah, Banana Fish is like realistic fiction.
It's not like fantasy stuff. Okay.
No, no one has superpowers.
Cool.
If that's what you're asking.
Rohan
Yes.
doesn't like that because there's no lollies in it.
That's
There's
not-
one lolly. Oh no, never
Okay.
mind. There isn't.
There's traps.
There's traps.
Are there?
There's
Yeah.
traps.
Yeah.
He's
There's
interested
traps.
now.
Bro, one.
Too bad
We
I
got him
haven't
exactly
watched any
where we
old
were.
Alright,
anime for,
alright.
like,
It's
weeks.
cool how in Banana Fish they depict New York as not everyone being like
White.
of white ethnicity. Just old Chinese game
Yeah,
and
I
stuff.
really like that. I appreciate that a lot because like, and they even get like, there's a whole group of Chinese people, and that's pretty important to me as an Asian American. That like, I see people who are like me depicted in media.
Didn't you watch Dragon Ball Z as a child too?
Didn't I watch what?
Dragon Ball Z?
That's not
No.
a Chinese American.
I've never seen
Watch-
Dragon Ball. I've never
She
seen
watched
Dragon
Sailor
Ball in my
Moon.
life.
And that isn't even Chinese
Neither have
American.
I.
What are you talking about?
I watched Sailor Moon when I was like 9 or 10, but like mainly when I was like until I was about 9 years old, I was mainly watching like Disney movies and stuff on PBS.
I watched Doraemon when I was 7.
Did you not watch like Mulan?
I saw Mulan, I did,
But
but
she didn't watch it.
because what I'm trying to say is like
She was
like you know
painting
the
with
TV
lemons.
series Fresh
Disney
Off the Boat, right?
representation of other countries has been historically
I know.
terrible.
So it would have been really nice for me to see something like that when I was a lot younger.
Wait, something like what?
Fresh Off the Boat.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
It's
know
a
that is
TV
either.
series.
A lot of
I think
Disney
maybe we should
TV
get back on
series
to
were-
talking about anime.
Yeah.
I think this whole
Okay.
episode has not
Wait,
talked
when
about
I
anime
think-
one bit.
Shut up, Louis.
Yeah, Louis. Stop complaining
just
about
leave.
the podcast.
The more we complain about the podcast, the more off track we get.
Yeah,
And the
that's
more I have to edit.
it's your fault.
We shouldn't even be talking about this. We should be just doing the LGBT.
We should be talking about whatever
'cause
we
Aang
talk
is
about.
Aang is
okay?
We
not-
can't.
Zero opinion.
How many times do we have to tell? Do we have to tell you this, Louis?
So moving on then.
Another anime that represents New York really well, in my opinion, is Kekai Sensen, because it really.
Have you ever lived in New York?
Kekai Sensen
I
is
have not.
also fantasy, so it's like,
you-
you know,
It's also what?
it's fantasy. They have weird
It's
powers
fantasy?
and shit.
I've been to New York like 4 trillion times.
Yeah, same.
And the black guy has like
I've been there once.
Like,
I hated it.
Japanese superpowers. You know.
Japanese super. I don't think
What?
superpowers
No,
are
'cause,
related
I mean,
to race.
Wrong, I'm not sure what you're talking about anymore.
I mean, it kind of is though, because like the
Superpowers.
moves that he used draws from like Japanese culture, you know.
But like,
So
what,
the
what
ability
exactly
for him
is a
to
Japanese
spy on other
superpower?
people
Doesn't he
is
have a
strictly
katana?
Japanese. No, no one has a katana.
Oh, I mean, he has some swords,
Katana
right?
is a Japanese superpower.
No, no one has swords.
Wait, I mean, what's
Except
the guy voiced
only-
by
What is going
like
on?
the white hair guy? I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Zap Renfro.
Let me just Google it.
What's
His
going
name
on?
is Zap. Okay.
Rohang is getting
Yeah, that guy.
enlightened.
He has a sword, right? And his
He has a has a sword made out of his blood.
yeah,
but
and
it's
his
not
moves have like weird, like all the text and shit, right?
What anime are you talking about?
Kekai Sensen.
Like, okay,
He's talking about Samurai Jack.
Oh,
honestly, we might as well be.
Yeah, Samurai Jack. The seasons go 2, 3, 4, 1.
That was a
and 5 in
relation.
order
We
from
weren't
best
actually
to worst.
trying to talk about Samurai Jack, I have to say.
See, it's like New York. The New York in Kekai Sensen is like a fantasy version of New York, right? Where like this alien gateway opened up, so everyone's aliens. But I think that just like it's just like an exaggerated way to further what New York is known for, right? Like how people say it's super chaotic and always awake and diverse and stuff. So I think making it have aliens and making like the crime rates are extremely high is just
I
a
mean-
really nice way, like ridiculously high. Like there's this one episode where the main character, goes into a train, and then the announcer on the train says the survival rate of you getting to the next stop is 12%.
What
That
anime is
sounds
this?
great.
Kekai Sensen.
Hey guys, are you ready for me to plug Yuri on Ice?
Go on.
Because we can't talk about representation of other countries without talking about Yuri on Ice. Most of it, I think like 2/3 of it is actually set outside of Japan because it follows Yuri as he competes in skate competitions in other places around the world. So he goes to China, Russia, and Spain. And it also represents, and so because he's competing on the international level, he has competitors from other countries, and so it represents like people from other countries. And I think one of the coolest things to me was that the representatives from Canada and the United States were not white people, which they normally are. because I think Yuri on Ice did the same thing as Banana Fish in capturing the fact that not everyone who lives in Canada and the US is a white person.
But are there black or other ethnicities of ice skaters? Like, as in, on the
I think
American
so.
team, on the American national team?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
The first American woman to land a triple axel at the Olympics was a Japanese woman.
Well, Japanese American.
Japanese American, yeah.
Yeah, so why does this matter to you?
It's like that meme of the Chinese ping pong team versus the American ping pong team. The American ping pong team is all Asian Americans.
I mean, I just googled U.S. figure skating championship, and 2 of the 4 people on the championship podium were Asian.
And
so,
you remember Tanya Harding, right?
No, nobody knows. Who
Maybe
you're
that's an
talking
American
about.
thing, so I think maybe only I would know Tanya Harding. She was an American figure skater in the 80s, so she got into this whole scandal with someone bashing in Nancy Kerrigan's knee. And that year, when Tanya Harding didn't take home gold, the woman who took home gold was a Japanese American woman named Christy Yamaguchi. So that's a history of Asian Americans in sports for you.
Why don't we talk more about like representation of a country? Let's look at Helsing and how it represents the UK. Look, it's bad shit crazy. How it represents
I
the
haven't
UK.
seen it.
I haven't
seen
it.
Yeah.
Is this like
Oh, God,
another
it's
opportunity
great.
for us to talk about fascist propaganda?
Oh God.
Okay, it's semi-fascist. It's authoritarian. Yeah, because in Helsing, apparently, like King Arthur and the Knights of the
Yeah.
Round Table. Apparently, that still exists in Helsing, but it's a bunch of generals and it's how they deal with like vampires. And Queen Elizabeth is actually like a former warrior who retired, and is friends with the chief vampire Alucard.
Singapore is built on nothing, Zubin.
Yeah, it's built on air.
Built on water.
That's not what I meant, Zubin.
Uh,
I didn't mean it was built in space. By nothing, I meant water.
Mid-air. Yeah.
Vic, there's no air in
It's
space.
literally a piece of land. I'm not sure what
I
you're
didn't
saying.
mention air.
It's built on water. It's a
Vic, do you mind if I
floating
pump a bunch
city.
of nothing into your house?
The whole city is floating.
Singapore is just floating like a boat,
It's mostly
like a raft.
reclaimed
Big
land.
ass, right? Reclaimed land is not water.
Kind
There's
of
not
is.
a lot of reclaimed land. There's
It's
a
in the
large
name.
portion of it is, but it's
Reclaimed
not mostly reclaimed
It's in the
land.
name.
You
It's
just said a
reclaimed
large
land.
Yeah, it's not.
You said mostly.
Isn't that
That's
the
It's
same?
not most, it's like 20%.
No, it's not a lot.
It's not. Mostly means
Guys,
more than 50.
reclaimed
It's 20% of it.
land. Land is in the name. It's on land.
No, but reclaimed land doesn't mean it's on land. It means it's.
It wasn't
You know
water.
how
Now
to
there's
reclaim
land there. And that's why
You take a bunch of...
Now
take
it's
a-
land.
it doesn't
yeah.
matter. There's
But
land
before
now,
it
and
was
it's
What
land.
built
kind of
on
episode
land.
is this?
It's built on land. It's not.
Well, you see, the land is part of the city, so you build.
Yes,
the
Yes.
land
it's
on the
still
Yeah,
water,
but
land.
most shit...
and then you build a city on the land.
Nature didn't
Yes!
build
On the
Marina
land,
Bay
but you
Sands.
built the land on
Humans
the
built
water.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most people don't live in Marina Bay
It's
Sands, Avi.
reclaimed land.
Yeah, it's reclaimed land.
That's
It
how
is.
it works.
It's built on land, Avi.
not- do you-
Not nothing or
It's not
water.
reclaimed water,
But
man.
it was built on water.
It's not built on fucking.
It doesn't
No.
mean it's water.
Okay, how is reclaimed land built? How is reclaimed land built?
not
By
on water,
magic
was
or
it not?
what?
But it's not like the city was
You take a
built
bunch
on
of-
water. You can't say the city was built on water.
But technically, the reclaimed
No,
land is part
technically
of the
it's
city,
built
so
on
therefore
land.
it is built on water. Because the reclaimed land did come out of the ocean on its
I
own,
get-
did it
I
now?
get it.
How about
Does
we
the
switch
reclaimed
water
land-
now?
Is every part of Singapore on reclaimed land?
Technically, we never touch each other because the molecules
No,
are so far
But the
apart.
reclaimed land is.
It's like, Jesus.
Whoa.
Well, technically, I could be at the center of the Milky Way at this point of time, and you wouldn't know it.
Apart from you're not, because the center of the Milky Way.
How? Explain to me how. Avi.
Heisenberg's uncertainty principle.
Are you a black hole?
No. If you actually studied physics a week, you would know that Heisenberg's uncertainty principle is only valid over h divided by 4 pi.
Yes, Subin.
The distance from you to the center of the Milky Way is bigger than h over 4 pi.
That's why you're wrong. The probabilities can be amplified.
That's where you're wrong. I'm actually in a black hole right at this
Science.
How?
I am talking to you from the middle of the Milky Way. A vegan exists. A vegan exists on a different
If you were
plane
if
to
you
us.
were in the middle of the Milky Way now, then you're no longer in the middle of the Milky Way.
Well, I mean, everyone's at the center of the universe from their perspective.
Yes, but you're not at the center of the Milky Way as Avik postulates. Nor
not
could
the
he
Milky
be.
Way.
Avik
yeah.
is literally on another plane of existence.
Guys,
Avik, are you on that?
we've gotten really sidetracked.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about the representation of China in anime. Because I've only seen one anime set in China, and it was horrible.
Is
Was
China
it the-
ever really represented
Which
well
one?
in anything?
Yeah, is
My
it?
favorite. Wait, Zubin, are you talking
I
about?
think
Are you
Ping Pong
talking
does it
about?
pretty well. You know.
Yeah, I'm talking about the one from the Your Name studio. What's it called? 3 Cities something.
Hey,
I forget what it's called.
Yuri on Ice takes place in China.
The Shinkai film.
Forrest Gump has us one section of ping pong
but
in
does it-
China.
Oh yeah. Flavors of Youth. My favorite part of the.
Oh, yeah.
My
Yeah,
favorite
oh,
part of
okay.
the
Oh.
anime that
That's not Shinkai Studio. That's just copying
It's-
Shinkai.
Isn't
They-
Flavors of
they
Youth
put
literally
Shinkai's-
Chinese?
they put like from the people behind the international phenomenon Your Name, but literally it doesn't even have the people
Is it the
behind
people
Your
behind
Name.
it?
Got 'em.
All right. The people behind the promotion. Yeah.
My favorite
In
favorite
China,
part of
yes.
the anime that takes place in China is the part where one of the girls has a biological sibling
Great, he has a biological
Go
sibling.
ahead.
Yeah, and
in China.
What?
what?
The one
What?
child policy or what? I thought.
Wait,
I
is the
thought,
one child policy like not a thing anymore?
No, I don't think so.
It's not. It's now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's what you were
it's
talking
it's
about.
now a two-child
okay.
policy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a
Never
two-child
mind.
policy
It is
now.
bad.
I mean, before it was one
It's
child.
been a
yeah.
disaster. Same mistake
mean-
Singapore made.
Yeah,
Everything's
it's a disaster.
What? What mistake did Singapore make?
I mean, yeah.
And wait, but
I know
this
it.
apparently happened in 2013, right?
What, the one child
But-
policy?
but- The two-child policy. But these people are too old for it to be before 2013, so I'm still.
But the one
still
the one
right.
child policy.
Wait, wrong. Don't you have
It
a
only
brother?
applied.
Yeah. I don't have a brother. I'm not. Whose role
Wrong. Just got busted. The government's coming for his ass.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's never occurred to me before.
What?
That Wrong is a brother.
Oh no.
I have a what?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Wait, is this actually
Yeah.
is this actually a thing we have to keep
This
undercover?
GCCP is coming for you now.
Oh no.
I'm pretty sure not now.
Wait, why? What's the problem with having a sibling?
One child policy.
Wrong's Chinese.
Didn't we already just say
Yeah, but
that
the
it was a
one-child
two-child policy?
didn't last that long. Like,
Yeah, but that's in 2013. Is your brother?
Definitely
was,
not.
is
His
your
brother's
brother
older
older
than
than
him.
7?
Let me Google this. I need to Google this.
Han Chinese,
Okay, so it was until 2015 that the one-child policy was in play, and in rural areas it was not enforced. So it was mainly just cities.
So are you from a rural area
Wrong's
in
from
China?
Beijing.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Yeah, but he probably
Is
left
it-
the
is it a
country,
law?
isn't it? Isn't it
yeah,
one-child
move
policy
on to the
within the
next
country?
topic. Move on. All right. So, talking about representation in anime,
Wait,
right?
no, seriously
Wrong's
though.
running for the CCP.